Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of our podcast, where we dive into casual conversations to help you learn English in a fun and practical way. I hope you're ready because I promise today's podcast is going to be not only interesting, but also very informative. We'll be discussing a variety of topics, so whether you're a beginner or someone looking to improve your fluency, there's something here for everyone.
So, welcome Robin and Jessica. Today's podcast topic is extremely important.
Yes, it's important. I must say the topic is going to help our viewers. What's your thought on that, Jessica?
Well, I am excited to talk on this topic. So, why are we waiting?
Let me start with a simple question. Why regular physical exercise is important?
Physical activity or exercise can improve your health and reduce the risk of developing several diseases like type 2 diabetes, cancer, and cardiovascular disease.
Well, Ellen, what would you like to say on that?
Yeah, Jessica said right. Exercise can have immediate and long-term health benefits. Most importantly, regular activity can improve your quality of life.
Great. Even though most people are aware of the benefits of physical exercise, many still don't make it a regular part of their routine.
Why do the majority of people not work out or exercise?
There are several reasons why many people don't exercise regularly. It can be due to a lack of time, motivation, or access to facilities.
That's right. Other times, health issues or busy schedules can get in the way. What do you think is the biggest barrier for you or people you know?
Those people who don't like working out are usually because they've made it a burden in their minds, rather than something productive or fun.
So, you're trying to say that if people view exercise as a burden rather than a productive or enjoyable activity, that mindset is what makes them reluctant to work out?
Yes, that is what I meant.
It sounds like you're suggesting that changing how they perceive exercise, maybe by focusing on the fun aspects or finding a form of exercise they actually enjoy, could make a big difference.
Exactly, Jessica. Changing one's perception of exercise can indeed make a big difference by focusing on the enjoyable aspects of physical activity, such as finding a form of exercise that they truly enjoy.
Why don't most women exercise?
According to the study, a major issue that women face is lack of time, 74%.
Well, nearly half of American women don't exercise enough because of burnout, 46%, according to new research. A survey of 2,000 women found that 57% said they used to exercise more frequently than they do now.
So, how much is it important for a woman to exercise?
Well, I believe exercise is incredibly important for women, both for physical and mental health. Regular exercise helps women maintain a healthy weight, strengthens bones, improves cardiovascular health, and can even reduce the risk of diseases like diabetes or osteoporosis, which are especially common in women as they age.
But it's not just about the physical benefits. Exercise can also be a great way to boost mood and reduce stress. For me, whenever I feel overwhelmed or anxious, going for a walk or doing some yoga really helps clear my mind.
Well, Jessica, have you heard about deep breathing exercises?
Yes, of course. I actually do deep breathing exercises sometimes, especially when I feel stressed or overwhelmed. It's a simple but really effective way to calm down quickly. You know, when work piles up, or I'm juggling too many things at once, just taking a few minutes to focus on my breath can make a huge difference.
That sounds great, but how do you do that?
It's easy to do. I usually close my eyes, inhale deeply through my nose, hold for a few seconds, and then exhale slowly. It helps me reset my mind and relax my body.
But I have a question. Is there any evidence that works?
That's a good question. Deep breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, which is responsible for the rest and digest state of the body. Studies have shown that practicing deep breathing can reduce levels of cortisol, a stress hormone, lower heart rate, and reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression.
Hey Ellen, it also helps improve focus and mental clarity. Deep breathing increases oxygen supply to the brain, which can enhance cognitive function and improve focus and memory. A study published in the Journal of Neurophysiology showed that slow, controlled breathing improves attention, mood, and emotional regulation.
Well, a study published in the Journal of Sleep and Breathing explored how slow and deep breathing exercises can improve sleep quality, particularly in people with insomnia. The research indicated that slow breathing at a rate of 4 to 10 breaths per minute for about 20 minutes before sleep activates the parasympathetic nervous system.
Wow, I'll practice breathing exercises before sleep every day. By the way, I've noticed that some people go through their entire lives without exercising.
That's an interesting point. I also have seen that many individuals live long, healthy lives without following a strict exercise routine. It seems that factors like genetics, overall lifestyle, and diet play a significant role in determining one's health.
However, it's essential to remember that regular exercise offers numerous benefits beyond just physical health, such as mental well-being and overall quality of life.
So, can we talk about which exercises can be done at home for both males and females?
Well, home exercises can be really effective for both men and women, and the best part is you don't need fancy equipment to get started. You can break it down into different categories like strength, cardio, flexibility, and balance exercises.
You are right, Ellen. For example, push-ups and planks work well for upper body strength, and they're equally beneficial for both men and women. Squats and lunges are great for legs and glutes, helping build muscle tone and strength.
Lastly, I would say about cardio. Simple things like jumping jacks, burpees, or even a quick run in place can get your heart rate up.
Thank you so much for the amazing tips. Which mistakes do people make when they start exercising?
That's an important question. When people start exercising, they often make the mistake of pushing themselves too hard too soon. It's important to start slowly and gradually increase the intensity to avoid injury.
Being dehydrated is one of the biggest mistakes I see people make when they are at the gym. Not drinking enough water during and after workouts can lead to serious health problems such as muscle cramps, an increased heart rate, and a lack of energy.
Excellent points. Skipping warm-up. Think of your muscles and connective tissue like a rubber band. If you pull a rubber band when it's cold, it can snap. So, before you start, any exercise must start with a warm-up.
I would like to say something about mobile use.
Yes, of course. What's on your mind?
To maintain good health, it's important to limit excessive screen time on mobile devices. I've noticed that many people spend long periods on their phones without taking breaks to move their bodies, which can lead to both physical and mental health issues.
What's the last book you read?
The Great Gatsby?
Why did you choose that book?
It was for class, but I heard it's a classic.
True, what stood out to you in the story?
Probably Gatsby's parties, they seemed so wild and extravagant.
They were. Why do you think he hosted those parties?
Exactly do you think it worked?
Not really, she didn't even go to most of them.
So, what does that say about Gatsby's plan?
How maybe it wasn't very realistic.
Do you think Gatsby's dream of being with Daisy was worth it?
I'm not sure he spent his whole life chasing it, but in the end, he didn't get her.
That's true, but why do you think he held on to that dream for so long?
Maybe because it was the only thing that gave his life meaning. Without it, he wouldn't have had a purpose.
That's an interesting perspective. Do you think having a purpose like that is always a good thing?
Not always. If the purpose is unrealistic, like Gatsby's, it can lead to disappointment.
Good point. Do you think Gatsby was aware that his dream might not come true?
Deep down, maybe, but I think he ignored it because he wanted to believe so badly.
Do you think that made him brave or foolish?
Him both. I guess brave for holding on, but foolish for not letting go when it was obvious Daisy had moved on.
That's a fair analysis. What about Daisy? Do you think she was to blame for what happened?
Partly, yes, she gave him hope, but never really committed to him. She kind of used him.
That's a strong opinion. Do you think she felt guilty about it?
I don't think so. She seemed more focused on her own comfort than on how Gatsby felt.
That's an insightful observation. So, do you think this story is more about love or obsession?
Obsession. Gatsby wasn't in love with Daisy as much as he was in love with the idea of her.
That's a very mature way of looking at it. Do you think we can learn something from Gatsby's story?
I think so. It's a reminder that some dreams aren't worth chasing if they come at the cost of everything else.
Would you like any adjustments to this, or does this work?